Welcome to Notebook, a program of interest to the St. Lucie County community that features information about St. Lucie County schools. Guests include school district and community leaders with focus on children in our community.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Notebook. This is a show where we connect you with community officials, school district personnel, and other organizations from around the Treasure Coast. And today we have such an exciting show in store for you. And we have two very special guests with us from the Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County. And we have quite a celebrity right here next to me who has been selected as the 2016 Youth of the Year. And she's going to represent St. Lucie County very shortly at the next level. We're going to talk about that. This is Miss Aleisha Johnson, and we are so excited to have you here. And next to her is Melanie Wiles, who is actually the Director of Development for the Boys and Girls Club for St. Lucie County as well. So welcome both of you.
Thanks for having us.
So glad to have you. And we are going to find out some great things about the programs that are actually offered through Boys and Girls Club. But before we do that and find out a little bit more about Aleisha as well, before we do that, I just want to find out a little bit about you. So whenever we have guests on, it's always great to find out a little bit about your background. You know, how did you come to the role that you're in? And we've got lots to learn about you, so very excited. Melanie, let's start with you. As the Director of Development, share with us, how did you come to this role, and what's your actual role as part of the Director of Development?
Sure. Well, I'm actually a native of St. Lucie County. I'm a fourth generation resident here.
Wow.
And I went to college at the University of South Florida and got my degree in communications, and actually worked for Outback Steakhouse corporate office for a while.
How about that?
And then my husband and I decided to move back to be with our family. And so when I first came to St. Lucie County, I volunteered at the Boys and Girls Clubs with my Young Professionals Association. And so I got to learn what the Boys and Girls Club had to offer. And then I began in my role as actually a marketing and special events coordinator with them. And then that role grew into Director of Development, which is my current position. And so my position is extremely important to the organization because I like to say I get to save lives. I actually do the fund development, raising funds, getting resources for our kids, and basically open the door so that they can come into our programs every day.
Awesome. And that is not something you hear very often as a fourth generation Floridian from this area. So that's really amazing. And how everything just kind of scaffolded right into the next opportunity, which is amazing. Well, I want to be sure that we get this young lady next to you introduced, because so proud of what you've accomplished. And I know when I met Melanie a couple weeks ago, actually, she just spoke so highly of you and what you've accomplished to be chosen as the Youth of the Year. And congratulations for that. Very exciting. Well, let's hear a little bit about you. How did you come into being a participant in the Boys and Girls Club, first of all? Let's start there.
Well, I was born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica. And when I came to Florida with my mom and my brothers, I didn't have anything to do during the summer. And my brothers were at the Boys and Girls Club. So watching them go and have fun at the Boys and Girls Club while I was just stuck at home gave me the opportunity to go with them one day. And I loved it. I loved interacting with the kids and playing the sports that they offered. And ever since then, I've just been at the Boys and Girls Club constantly and getting into more activities and programs with them, and here I am now.
You were hooked right away. Now, are you the youngest or the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest?
Right.
Wow, so the brothers are a little bit younger.
Than me.
Okay, very good. And let's talk a little bit about your future goals, because I saw in your, it was such a wonderful write-up about you. And just, I know you've got plans for college. You're a junior this year, is that correct?
It was.
And gosh, college will be right around the corner here before you know it. So tell us a little bit about your future plans. Where do you see yourself?
I want to go to FSU and major in business administration and minor in real estate development. I do plan on owning my own business, having a nonprofit, and give it back to my community when I do graduate from college and start my business. I want to restore our village and build up on Fort Pierce is such a beautiful place, and to build up on that and give back to my community, that's really what I want to do in the future.
Wow, that's amazing. And for someone as young as you to already have that goal, that says a lot about who you are. That's amazing. Let's talk about one of the questions that I saw on your interview process was, tell us how the Boys and Girls Club has impacted you the most and why.
Throughout my teen years, I have mentally been through a lot, to the point where I didn't think I was good enough for anything. I would be hard on myself and become my own bully. And the only way I got out of that was going to the Boys and Girls Club every day and having someone constantly telling me, you're going to become this, and you set your mind to this, and you can get it done. And just having that support and stability at the Boys and Girls Club really helped me get out of that hole of that mental illness that I was going through. But now I'm very mentally stable, and I want to get help the kids who are going through what I went through to overcome that just the same way I did, and I couldn't do it without the Boys and Girls Club.
And what Melanie said at the beginning was, when you mentioned about saving lives, what a perfect example, because what a difference it just made for you, and I'm sure for your brothers as well, and you know, just the full experience. And I saw that you were part of the Infinity Club, and now Melanie, help me here, because each one of the clubs is given a name, kind of for location purposes.
Yes, because we have 16 clubs, so we have 12 of the clubs are actually located in St. Lucie County Schools. And then we have 4 neighborhood clubs, and we tuck those in special neighborhoods where we're needed most. And so those are the ones, for example, we have Garden Terrace, which is located in that neighborhood. We have the Infinity unit. We have our Ken Pruitt unit that's located in Port St. Lucie, and we also have our Chuck Hill unit that's located near Prima Vista in Port St. Lucie. So we specifically open those clubs in neighborhoods where we know that, you know, the county commissioners, law enforcement has said we need a place for kids to go, you know, where are they going after school.
So as part of your participation, you've actually become one of the leaders in the group. So tell us about what does that role look like for you? What do you get to do after school with the kids?
During the summer, I was elected the head of the junior staff. Yes, and junior staff is where it's the staff and then junior staff. So we were right under the staff. Anything that the staff needed us to do, we were the first person they would go to. We would get the kids organized in their programming, make sure everyone was on the right track, get all the equipment set up. It was just a leadership role to where we were above the members, but we were also still members, so we were learning while we were having the experience, and it was a great experience.
Wow, that's awesome. Very cool. Well, I saw also I had a chance to look over all these different interview questions, and what was so great to see was how the club really focuses on those foundations of character. And again, that just reflects again the kind of student you are and what this club has produced. And but anyway, there were a multitude of areas that you were questioned on, and I know that interview. How'd you feel when you went into the interview?
At first, it was nerve-wracking. I was really, really nervous. But after sitting down and them asking me questions about the Boys and Girls Club and everything that they have done for me, it was so easy. I was like, I could talk about that all day.
Just like being on here. You can talk like that. It's just exactly the same. And it come to several of the focuses. They wanted to know about your club experience. They asked you questions about your vision for the future, which you shared with us so eloquently. Kind of your personal brand. Tell us about your personal brand. What would that be for you?
To me, my personal brand is that I'm authentic. I'm authentic because I'm willing to share my story and my experiences with others to help them get through what they're going through. I'm also authentic because I don't only think about my future, but I think about the future of our youth and my peers. I'm authentic because I'm genuine and passionate about what I care about.
That's beautiful. Awesome. And another one was about resiliency and grit. That's always, which you've already shared, what you've come, what you started and what Boys and Girls Club has done for you as well.
Exactly.
Your leadership, which emulates from you, so well. You can just tell you're such a great leader. I'd love to see you in action with the kids because I know you'd be fabulous. A lot about service and character, and being able to serve during the summer as a leader. I'm sure you've got hundreds of hours already in. Yeah, I bet. He's going hundreds, yes. Yeah, which would be great because when you've got your community service hours for scholarships, when you get ready to go to FSU, you'll be ready to hit the ground running. And then another one was academic success. And I saw, too, you've done just exceptionally well in high school and doing great in your classes and keeping that GPA up. Boy, by the time college gets here, you're going to be ready to go.
Excited.
So, yeah. So one particular, and I talked to you about this before we started, one particular question really stood out to me as I was reading them. And it was talking about the character side. what would people say about your character if they were to observe you outside the Boys and Girls Club on social media and or when no one is looking? And before you answer that, I just thought, what an awesome question, because so few kids really think about that social media aspect, what we're putting on social media and what that really reflects about you, and as well as, you know, when no one else is looking.
Right.
Yeah. Share with us a little bit about your thoughts with that question.
Well, my thoughts on that question is whenever I'm asked that question, I always say the same thing. When I'm not, when someone's not watching me or when I'm not around other people, I always think in the back of my head, what if your mom was here? Like, do stuff
I love it.
that your mom would be proud of you doing. And that's what I try to teach other people around me, that maybe this isn't the right way to go about the situation. Take this way. Would your mom be proud? Think about stuff like that. And that's how I go about keeping good character outside of school or outside of the Boys and Girls Club.
I know as you were talking, I was thinking about the one thing I always say to my kids, and they're 22 and 21 now, and I'm still saying it, but every time they leave the house, I always say, remember whose you are.
Right.
And, you know, for them to just, you know, even if they don't hear me, they're always thinking about, am I reflecting that? Reflecting what, if my mom was standing here, would I do that?
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very good. And I bet your brothers love it too, now how many brothers are below you?
Below me, I only have two.
Two.
Savon and Cedre.
Okay, good. And I bet you watch out for them very well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm sure your mom appreciates that too.
Yeah.
I know we're getting ready to go to the next level. So you have won for our district for St. Lucie County.
Right.
And now we're going on, is it regional is next?
State.
State is next. Okay, so, and you're leaving
Tomorrow
So tomorrow,
morning.
what? Wow. Okay, so tell us about what's in store for the next couple of days. Tell us where you're headed.
So when I do get to Tampa at 3, we will have orientation and we'll meet everybody, get registered. After that, we do a tour around Tampa. It's like an amazing race.
It's called the Amazing Race.
Oh,
around
wow.
Tampa.
It's a fast tour.
Yeah, very cool.
That should be really fun.
Yeah.
And then we just like go to hotels, prep for the next day. On Friday, we have the interview in the morning with the judges where we sit down in a small group and the judges ask me questions like this. After the interview, they will pick 5 finalists.
Very cool. And we're going to be ready to see your name on that finalist list.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So they pick 5 finalists, and then throughout the day, I have to say my speech again and if I become a finalist, and say my speech and have another interview to where they pick the Youth of the Year for Florida.
Okay.
And then after that, we have a dinner, and at that dinner, that's when they announce who the winner is,
Right.
and have a celebration. There's a black and white party afterwards, and then
That's a big celebration. Very cool. Now, who gets to go with you?
it's me, the 3 other girls who I competed against here
Okay.
for state,
Right.
and a couple staff. That's all I know about.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm really excited. I'm glad that they get to share the opportunity with me.
Awesome. And have you been to Tampa before?
Yes, my
Okay.
sisters live there.
Oh, well, cool.
So hopefully they'll be coming to the dinner, and my dad will be coming.
Oh, awesome. So they'll get to be a part of it with you. Very cool. And you're not able to go on this trip with them?
I'm not going on the
Okay.
trip, but I have it set on my calendar. If she's one of our finalists, we'll know at noon, and we'll all be heading there to crash the dinner.
Oh my gosh! That'll be so amazing.
Yes.
Very cool. Oh, and then the actual winner gets to go to Washington, D.C., is that correct? Was there
The winner goes to regional and
okay.
then goes to DC.
Okay.
So
All right.
we know she'll make it all the
I
way.
know there's
so
a couple
I definitely
steps.
want to go to DC with her.
Oh, yeah.
I'll save the trip for that.
There you go. Yeah, because I remember seeing on here, and I thought, oh my gosh, and then just the scholarships and things that you've received through winning just at this level.
Yes.
Wow, I mean, just the Pruitts and what they've provided through scholarships, the Mets. Did you go to the Mets game yet?
I haven't been able to go.
Haven't
I've
been
so
able to go yet?
busy,
Yeah.
but
She's going
She's a
on the
busy girl.
honor flight in a couple of
Oh,
weeks
good. Yeah,
to
and
Washington, D.C.
Tell me about the honor flight, because I read about it, but I didn't know anything about it. So tell us a little bit about that.
So it's a day where I get to pick a veteran, or a veteran picks me, or something like that, and we take them to DC, and we just bring them to like the places where they honor the veterans, the ones who have passed, and I guess I'm just babysitting the veteran for a day. But it should be really fun.
great.
Like, it's a great experience. I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, that was
Really
something I'd
excited.
never heard of, and I
Yeah.
thought I've got to make sure I ask what that's about.
Yeah. I just
didn't know
took
it.
one of our other Youth of the Year candidate this past weekend, and we went to DC, and so it's an amazing experience. Your whole purpose that day is to make a special day for them, and there's hundreds of people the entire day that are coming up, shaking hands, giving hugs, and just saying
Wow.
thank you to them. And
Right.
for these men in their 90s, men and women in their 90s, they may never have gotten that welcome
Right.
home, and so
Right.
this is their opportunity.
Wow.
So,
and I
it's a
saw
fun time.
that that's sponsored by Dr. Singh.
Dr. Singh, yes, every year.
Yeah, I actually had his children in elementary school many years ago, and so when I saw his name, I was like, "Oh my gosh, what a wonderful honor and what an awesome experience!"
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who the person is yet? that you're
No,
gonna be
not
meeting?
yet. I do have
yet.
my training coming up, and I'm really, really
So you have
excited.
to go through a training as well.
It was very serious.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know anything like that. Like, I didn't know that the veterans had that opportunity, and I
Right.
think it's such a great opportunity.
Oh, yeah. And what an amazing experience to put two completely different generations together to really learn about each other, which is really cool.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be anxious to hear about that. That's awesome. Well, we are so excited for you and just proud of you and what you've accomplished, and only a junior in high school, and the great things that are coming your way and the great decisions you're making, and we're going to be seeing your name in lights again at the next level. And you mentioned that there's a couple of other kids from here that will be going with you as well. So we'll get to now. Will they actually go through the interview as well, or just
No,
just Aleisha?
No, they actually get
Okay.
to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Which she gets to have some, but I mean, they usually get to go to Busch Gardens.
Okay.
Wherever the state competition
Right.
happens, we usually get to go to the university and tour and do
Yeah.
some fun things around there. So
Yeah, which will be nice.
they'll get to do a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
And then tell us again what time your interview is.
In the morning,
In the morning.
I'm pretty sure it's around 9.
Okay. So
On
we'll
Friday.
be thinking of you on
So,
Friday
yeah.
morning. And and I know you're going to do well, and we'll be anxious to hear from Melanie soon.
They'll have to check out our Facebook page that day because we're going
Yeah.
to try to give that moment-to-moment updates on
And you're getting
Aleisha's journey.
Yeah, there you go. And you're getting a send-off, I understand. So tell us about your breakfast tomorrow.
Hot wings and grits.
That's great. Are you excited about it? You seem
Yes,
a little,
I wanted hot
Is that
grits.
what you wanted? Yeah. Well, okay. Now I have to ask you this: do you put butter on your grits, or do you put sugar and milk on your grits?
Honestly, I've never had grits.
Is that right?
gosh.
No kidding. Because we always have this competition between my neighbors who grew up here, and they always put butter on them. And I'm from Ohio, so we always put sugar and milk, and they always look at us like we're crazy. So yeah, she's thinking the same thing. This butter's probably good.
Okay.
But anyway, that's awesome. Well, congratulations again, and we'll look forward to hearing more about all the great things that are coming your way. So we're going to find out a little bit more from Melanie just about some of the programs and things. We talked a little bit before the show that so many of our community members, when they hear Boys and Girls Club, they generally think after school program, but there are so many more programs that you support. So share with us about some of those and the various things that you guys actually connect with kids.
Well, we are available after school at the majority of our locations. We actually provide before school care at a lot of our school locations because working parents,
Right.
when school opens, they have that option of dropping their kids off, getting a little bit of homework help with them, helping them get their breakfast in the morning. In addition to our after school programs, we do run a robust summer program. So we help with that summer slide. We
Right.
keep the kids educated over the summer and give them a little boost up. And then we have a couple of different initiatives that are special and unique for us. We actually have a truancy program, and we run that in the elementary schools. So we have over 1,000 kids that we usually reach out to, and those are kids that get 5 or more unexcused absences. We go and work with the parents on how they can get their kids to school. Little things like, we actually purchase alarm clocks, things
Wow.
like umbrellas so that they can walk their kids to school. Little
right.
obstacles that you may not think about, but it is a struggle for some families. We also have a really neat initiative that we just started this year. It's a gang prevention program, but we call it I Can. And what that is we target special kids that are kind of on the cusp of, they could be Boys and Girls Club members, but they may have an at-risk situation. Maybe a family member is a gang member. Maybe they have, a lot of turbulence going on in their lives. So we really kind of take them under our wing, and they have more one-on-one time with some mentoring staff, and we try to get them through that time. And they are enrolled as club members, and they get to do really fun initiatives. Like, a lot of people don't think, if you grew up in Fort Pierce, sometimes maybe you haven't had the chance to leave the city before.
Right.
We do little things like take them to the ice cream shop, take them for pizza,
Wow.
take them for different experiences that they just they're just used to this one setting of being in their little small community, and we want to show them there's so much more for them.
Right.
So in addition to that, over the summer, we do a summer food program. So we host usually over 20 sites. During the school year, our kids are on free or reduced lunch, so they get fed. And then in the summer, we realized they were going hungry. So the Boys and Girls Club we've taken this initiative on for several years, and we reach out to not only our clubs, but other summer camps, different church groups, and we actually provide breakfast, snack, and lunch to all of these locations, and families and kids can just walk up and say, I'm hungry, and we will provide them with something to eat.
Wow.
So it's a neat program. Thousands and thousands of meals.
Right. Now, if someone wanted to donate to something like that, how would they go about doing that?
For food, they would probably just contact our administrative office because we actually have pantries set up within our neighborhood clubhouses, so they could always help with that.
And if they wanted to make a monetary donation, is there a way to do that as well?
Yes, there's several ways. You can call our office, which our phone number is 460-9918, or you can just visit us online, which our website is bgcofslc.org, and you can set up just a one-time payment, or a lot of people choose to give a monthly gift, a small amount, like maybe it costs whatever your cup of coffee at Starbucks would be for the month, but that equates to sending one of our kids for an entire year, because somebody like Aleisha or our other students that go to neighborhood clubhouses, it costs them only $20 for the entire year to go.
Wow.
And so somebody can help out with just giving us a $20 donation.
And I'm sure a lot of people in the community are aware of how affordable that is, because the first thing you hear when you hear summer care or summer camp, a lot of people initially think, oh, I can't afford that. But hearing that, wow.
Yeah, and during the summer we charge usually, depending on if their child is on free or reduced lunch, we charge between like $10 and $30 a week. And parents will give a little bit more for field trips, so you figure for a parent to only spend a couple $100s for the entire summer,
oh wow,
it's very affordable.
Oh,
and for our teenagers, this is the year of the teens, so it's a special initiative we're doing. We're focusing on making things special for our teens, giving them a little bit extra TLC, and so we actually don't charge our teens over the summer. We want them to come in because maybe their parents may not understand the value of sending an older child. They may say, you can stay at home, I'm not going to pay it, so we won't allow them to have that obstacle. So we're actually doing we're doing a big fundraising campaign right now to cover the costs for them.
So you have some exciting things to look forward to this summer. That'll be nice. Cool. And when you're a part of the summer, are you doing sports with the kids? You're part of all of the field trips and everything. You guys get to kind of...
Actually, during the summer we do have programming. So we would have a basketball team, cheerleading team, dance teams, football teams. There's gardening clubs, cooking clubs. There's a whole bunch of activities that we have the kids involved in, and we try to get our teens involved with them as well, being mentors and just having the kids have someone to look up to who are there every single day. And during the summer, that's the time where the teens and the kids get to connect with each other, and they do all types of activities and programming, and it just brings the whole club together at that point.
And boy, we know that the relationship side of it is so key to, really making that success. And even for us as teachers, and being a teacher myself and really understanding it's that bond that you make with each other that's really what makes that difference. That's great. And who would you consider your biggest mentor? Who mentored you?
Well, when I first started coming to the Boys and Girls Club last summer, being that junior staff, it was Mr. Xavier Brown at the Boys and Girls Club. He was the person I went to and I talked to whenever I needed help. But now, the people who I go to talk to is all the staff. I can communicate with all the staff and they can relate with me. And that's what I love about the Boys and Girls Club. It's not just one person to where if that person is not there today, I don't have anyone to talk to. I can talk to everyone. And that's what I love about it, the relationships that we have built.
That's awesome. Boy, she's a fabulous spokesperson for the Boys and Girls Club, let me tell you. That's awesome. Well, before we close, we've just got a couple more minutes. And it went by fast, didn't it? Yes. I know we have a lot of events coming up, and if we can get the community, many people know about the chili cook-off. That's always a big, Fort Pierce event that I know the Boys and Girls Club is part of. share with us some of those that are coming up maybe throughout the summer, because I know there's a golf tournament, I think, if I remember reading all of those. But share some that we can get the community to come out and be a part of.
Absolutely. Well, actually, upcoming this weekend, this is going to be April the 24th. We have the Summer Safety Festival, which is at Tradition Field. So we'll be participating. We'll have a booth there where people can actually sign up for summer camp if they'd like. And then in July, on the 16th, we actually have the chili cook-off. That's a really fun event. It happens at the Fenn Center here in Fort Pierce. We get thousands and thousands of people to come out because we actually have 40 different teams that compete and cook chili. So this year's theme is Academy Award winning films. So you'll see lots of people dressed up and having fun that day. In addition to that, over the summer, it's going to happen in October is when our annual golf tournament is.
Okay.
And the golf tournament is named for Chuck Hill, which is a retired St. Lucie County principal, and he's actually one of the founders of the Boys and Girls Club. And then October 21st is our Steak and Steak event. That's a very unique dinner where you'll be able to dine with one of our club members like Aleisha, and you get to spend the evening with them, learn a little bit about them, and then we actually have steak dinners for everybody to enjoy, and we have an auction as well.
Wow. Yeah, in fact, that was the first time I'd ever heard of it when I had gone on the website just to kind of find out the different events, and I didn't realize that's what the Steak and Steak was about.
You eat steak,
Very
and
cool.
you're taking a stake in a child's life.
Very cool. Very cool. So awesome. And you get to participate in that. Yeah. So you've got so many wonderful events to be a part of. So tomorrow, then when you come back after you win that big award, because I know you're going to do great, then what's the next step for you?
Hopefully I will be with Miss Melanie all the time.
Very good.
And going out and just speaking on behalf of the youth and the Boys and Girls Club, letting everyone know that it is a great place and it's a place where we need our kids to be. Instead of being on the streets and out there doing the negatives, we can get them into a place where they can be known for the positive.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you two make a great team, let me tell you. Just letting everyone know about the Boys and Girls Club and just getting a different perspective, of what it's about and hearing the different programs that you support. And before we close, I just want to thank you both for all that you do, all that you will be doing in the future, and what you've accomplished in such a short amount of time. You're 17, is that right? Yeah, and what great things are going to be coming your way. And it's so wonderful to hear that an organization like Boys and Girls Club has been there for you and just help you grow into the person that you've become. So great job. And good luck to you. We'll be anxiously awaiting to hear how you do. I'm sure you're going to do great. And Melanie, thanks again for your time and being with us, and
thanks
for all
having
you
us.
do. And it's a big job, being over this for the whole district. That you really do save a life at a time. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank
you.
you.
We want to remind the people who are watching, don't forget to be a part of these wonderful events. You don't want to miss the chili cook-off, the safety festival that's coming up this weekend. We want to remind you to be out there and support, donate, just in any way that you can. You can always go to the Boys and Girls website and find out how you can help. So thanks for being with us. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you back next time. Have a great day.